And today we also welcome Brahmachari Yukta Chaitanya ji, who is here from the Chinmaya Mission Mahim Center from Bombay. So we are very happy he is here. Thank you for coming. Hari Om. We begin. Up to this is the knowledge aspect of the Ganapati Atharva Shirsha, the Jnana Kanda, the knowledge portion. I understand that the red book which you are using, the number is 8 there, right? Where we complete this. Yesterday I said 6. Maybe I have a different reading. Doesn't matter as far as the words are the same. Maybe in different publications the grouping of the mantras is done different. So, what did we see in this? In the beginning, Tvam, Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvam Asi. You are the very essence of everything, O Lord. You are the efficient cause, Kartasi, Dhartasi, Hartasi. Then it was said, from you the world comes, into you it remains, and in you it goes back. So, the material cause was indicated. And we have seen that creation for which the efficient cause and the material cause is the same, that creation is only an appearance. So therefore, this was a great revelation that was given through any Upanishad. Any Upanishad, the entire Upanishad is taken as one portion, and the message given by any Upanishad will be the same. Some Upanishads will elaborate, some will tell you in short, some will tell you in different ways, but the central theme of every Upanishad is the same. Then Ganapati was said as the Jagat Karana. Therefore, because he is the material cause, therefore Sarvam Idam. You are all the names and forms here. You are everything here. So this is the eminent aspect. Yesterday Darshini ji was telling us transcendent and eminent. Both the aspects are there. So this is the eminent aspect where he is there in the entire world. We see him in the entire world. Then what is the transcendent aspect? How was it indicated? Tvam Atitaha. Tvam Gunatraya Atitaha. Kalatraya Atitaha. So Atitaha, you are beyond all this. You are beyond all this, you are untouched by any of these things. So you are Atitaha, you are beyond everything. So he is transcendent yet eminent. He is there yet he is untouched. That is the nature. That is my nature also. The three states come and go in me, but yet I don't get touched by that. Yesterday we saw that in detail. That is my nature also. The only thing is I am not aware of it. Today I don't feel that yes, I am really the same, I am really untouched. I feel that I am as if I am getting touched by it, as if I am getting affected by it. That is the misconception that I am having. Actually, I am really untouched by all the happenings. So, as we saw, every Upanishad will have a Mahavakya. So, what is the Mahavakya of Ganapati Atharva Shirsha? Yes, Tvam Sakshat Atmasi Nityam. Why? Tvam, you, Atma, I. Tvam Atma Asi. If you just pick up that much, then what? It equates the Lord and me. And it is understood, as we have seen, that the Lord and me, Lord is, he is Jagat Karana, he has huge powers. I have very few powers. But these upadhis, these outer coverings are dropped, and then the essence is the same. That is where the equation happens. So, Tvam Sakshat Atma Asi Nityam is the Mahavakya of Ganapati Atharva Shirsha Upanishad. So now you know 4 plus 1, 5 Mahavakyas. Congratulations. Now, Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji, when he was asked, can you tell the essence of all the Shastras in one shloka? Then he said, one shloka? I did in half a shloka. So he said, what did he say? Shlokardhena pravakshami yaduktam grantha kotibhi. I will tell you in half a shloka. Shlokardhena pravakshami. I will tell you in half a shloka. Yaduktam grantha kotibhi. What the thousands and crores of granthas have said. What is it? Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivah Brahma eva na aparaha. What is the essence? Brahma Satyam. Brahman is the truth. Jagan Mithya. The word is Mithya. The word is not Asat. The word is Mithya. I can see it, but it is not there. It's a projection. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva. Jiva is Brahma alone. Jivo Brahmaiva, na aparaha, nothing else. Jiva is Brahman alone, nothing else. Now, why you saying Jiva is there and Brahma is there? Because today I feel I am Jiva. Today I feel I am limited, I am finite. I feel that. Therefore, he is saying Jiva. The Jiva is Brahma alone, nothing else. Now, when we listen to the shloka, we can appreciate it in a much better way. Yes, we have heard, I am sure many of you have heard shloka many times. But now, Brahma Satyam we have seen, Jagat Mithya we have seen, then we have seen the Mahavakya. So after seeing all this shloka makes lot of sense to us, makes more sense. And he says, Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva na aparaha. And then to this Lord alone, to whom else can we ask for protection? So to this Lord alone, protection was our from then not only for me, but Bhaktaram, Shrotaram, Dataram, Dhataram, to everyone, O Lord, please protect. Please protect the Bhava. Most important was the Bhava Raksha that we saw. Let me not lose my faith in anything, O Lord. Let me not lose my faith in you. Let me not lose the faith in the goal that I have chosen. Let me not lose my devotion and dedication to something higher. Because that is what gives the meaning to my life. Now, after seeing all this, we had seen that today we will see the Upasana portion. So, from Ganadim Purvam Ucharya starts the Upasana portion. It is said, Dvividho hi Brahmanaha Rupam Sagunam cha Nirgunam cha. Simple. Dvividho hi Brahmano Rupam. There are two, Brahman appears in two forms. Sagunam cha, Nirgunam cha. In Saguna as well as the Nirguna. So here in the Nirguna aspect we have seen in detail. Today we will see the Saguna. From where did the Saguna come? How has this Saguna appeared? So it is not that Saguna is something different. This Nirguna alone becomes the Saguna. How do we see? It is not an imagination. This I should understand very, if I am not rooted well in the understanding of my religion, then when someone comes and asks me, what is this elephant god, monkey god, then Narasimha Avatar, lion god, what is all these things? You have good imaginations. No, these are not imaginations. These are the things which have actually happened. Did you ever imagine a rose flower, or did you first see and then describe it? First someone told me this is a flower which is called R-O-S-E, rose. So first I saw that flower. It was not my imagination. The word has not come out from my imagination. And if it was imagination, then how can it be the same everywhere? Because everyone's imagination should be different. But it is the same. Anywhere you go, any part you go, Ganapati is the same. Or any lord for that matter, the Saguna form is the same. So it is not an imagination, it is something that has happened. How did it happen? So it is said, see now how does it happen? We sow a seed. In the seed form, I don't know what is going to come out. Which flower, which fruit, I don't know. Then that seed germinates. And then the fruit or the flower comes up. Similarly, it is said, every devata has a bija mantra. Bija, seed. Mantra, mantra. So every devata has a bija mantra. And when that mantra is meditated upon, when that mantra is, उसका जब ध्यान ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा किया जाता है, then sound waves are created. And these sound waves, suppose you put them in a form, suppose you solidify these sound waves what form will come, that is the form which is given to us by the rishis. This is the form it appeared in. I have not imagined, the rishis are telling us that I have not imagined in my meditations that okay, it can be like this is very nice, it looks very good. No. This is how the Lord appeared when the Bija mantra was chanted. And therefore, first it is, as we see ahead, first it is described in the terms of words. Ekadantam, Chaturhastam, how is the Lord? It is described. And then it is said, now you do the puja of this Lord. So first it was given in the verbal description. And then the picture was drawn. Then the Lord was worshipped in that particular form. So therefore, it is very important to understand that these are not imaginations, but these are the real descriptions. These are actually how the rishis have seen, and not one or two. It is many rishis. This is science. This is not one person's custody. It's a science, and science is always checked by and confirmed by many scientists. Many scientists in the same period, and some scientists who come later, who have come before. When all of them, when they do the test, etc., and when they come to a conclusion, then it is taken. Oh yes, this is like that. So it is not that one rishi has done this. So now the Bija mantra for Ganapati Bhagwan is Gam. So when the rishi chanted Gam, and it has to be chanted, the pronunciation has to be correct also, because the right sound waves have to be produced. When that was done, then this form which we worship appeared, and then he said, now you worship this form. Also, if you chant the Bija mantra for Devi, you will see the form of Devi alone. You won't see anything else. If you chant the Bija mantra for that, for which particular god, you will see the form of that Lord alone, and nothing else. It is like, if we have ice, then when it is melted it becomes water, then when it is heated further it becomes steam. Now, when the steam cool down becomes water. When the water still cool becomes ice. Now, is this my imagination from the subtle to the gross? No, it has happened. It is how it happens. Similarly, here also, this is how the sound waves, if you put them in a form, if you put them in a dhacha, this is how it looks. Therefore, this form is seen. So, we'll just go into this Anuvaka. Ganadim purvamucharya Varanadim stadanantaram Anusvara parataraha Ardhendulasitam Tarena drittam Etattavam anusvarupam Gakarav purva rupam Akaro madhyama rupam Anusvaraschantya rupam Binduruttara rupam Nadasanhanam Sagamhita sandhihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Ganaka Rishihi Nijrit Gayatri Chandaha Ganapatir Devata Om Ganganapataye Namaha. So in your book, up to Sagamhita Sandhi is one Anuvaga, and from Saisha Ishta is the next Anuvaga. Am I right? Okay. Ganadim Purvam Ucharya. Gana. The word is Gana. What is the beginning of Gana? Gana Adim. Ganasya Adim. The beginning of the word Gana, Purvam Ucharya. Having pronounce it, say it in the beginning. So what is the beginning of Gana? G. G. Not even complete G. It is not G plus A. It is just G. When you break the leg, breaking the leg is very, it's a very difficult term to use. But anyways, G. So when you write the G half, that is the beginning of the word Gana. So that has to be pronounced as in the beginning. That has to be pronounced first. Ganadim Purumucharya. Varanadim Tadanantaram. Varana, the vowel, the consonants, vowels, the set, Varanamala. Varana Adim, the beginning of the Varanamala. What is the beginning of the Varanamala? A. So, G plus A becomes G. And none of the consonants are complete, as we know. Without the vowels, we cannot pronounce the consonants. So, the first half G is only a consonant. Then, with the vowel A, it becomes complete. So, G plus A, G. So, Ganadim Puramucharya, Varanadim Sudarantaram. That gives us G. Anusvara Paradaraha. Anuswara, which is indicated by the dot on the top. That is the Anuswara. So after that, pronounce the Anuswara. How was the Anuswara? Ardhendu, Ardha, Indu, Lasitam. Lasitam means shining with. So let the Anuswara shine with the half moon. So it's a way of telling, the way of speaking. So Ardhendu, Lasitam. So if you write it to be G, half Chandrama Bindu and dot in that. So, Gum. It becomes Gum. Ardhendu Lasitam. Tarena Riddham. Tarena Riddham. Tara, if you know music, Tara Saptaka. So say it in a higher pitch, say it loudly, nicely. Riddham means joined with. So join it with a loud voice. Pronounce it properly. Tara is also Pranava. Tarakam, Pranavam. So Tarena Riddham. Riddham means Yuktam. Join it with Yuktam. So Tarena Riddham also means join it with Pranava. So Om Gam. Tarena Riddham. Join it with Omkara. So now what is the Bija Mantra? Om Gam. Without Omkar, what is there? Omkar has to be there. Therefore Guruji has named Vibhuti as also Pranava Ganesha. So Om Gam. Then Etat Tava Manuswarupam. This is your Manuswarupam. Manuswarupam, that which the mind can meditate upon. Means your Saguna Rupa. Because in Nirguna, mind cannot meditate upon it. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasana. Mind cannot meditate. So mind needs an alambana to meditate upon, to focus, and then to go beyond the mind. So therefore, this is your Manuswarupam. This is your Rupa where I can meditate upon you alone with my mind. Edattava Manuswarupa. Then, now the entire thing is gone. Nada Sandhanam. When this entire Nada, Om, Gam, when this whole thing is together, Nada Sandhanam, Sagamhita Sandhi. This whole thing is to be pronounced together with Sandhi. Sandhi with the complete thing together. Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. This is to be pronounced in a right way. Then, when this entire Bija mantra was repeated and said in particular ways, in particular this thing, then this form of Lord Ganesha has come. What is the proof? The proof is Shastra alone. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te. I cannot prove that there is heaven. No one can prove it to me, nor can I prove it to anyone. Therefore it is said that whatever you do not see, but the Shastra is telling you, just believe in it. You don't have any other option. As we were seeing the other day, I have no way to prove that water is H2O. But I believe, Vritam, scriptural meanings. I believe that yes, the scripture is telling this, so it is like that. If I want to know about various lokas, 7 lokas up, 7 lokas down, so many things are told. What is the proof? Have I gone to all these places? No. Don't we do that in the normal world also? I have not been to some country, and then if some magazine or something which is reliable, some reliable source is telling me about it, then I believe it, though I have not been there. That is Paroksha Jnana, as we have seen. So therefore I have to believe in Shastra. Only then I can move ahead. Even Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Samshayatma Vinashyati. Guruji, when he was speaking about this, he was telling, today I don't have that much purity of mind where I can sit and meditate on the Bija Mantra and I can see the form for myself. That much purity is not there. Shastra may be fake nahi hai. Then what do we sit and do? I sit and doubt. How can it be so? So the meditation is left behind and the doubting factor comes ahead, which is not good for me. No one, the Shastra doesn't lose anything, the Rishis won't lose anything. It is I who am the loser if I don't have enough faith in that. So therefore, I have to believe in the Shastras, and then I have to believe that this form has come from the Bija Mantra and this is the only form. Guruji was telling that in Swami Akhandanandji's book, it is written, there was a Shiva Bhakta and he would make a Parathiva linga, he would make a linga of mud and on the seashore and he would worship it with complete devotion and dedication. He would worship it every day. One day suddenly he got a doubt. Is Lord really in this form or am I just worshipping him like that? And then suddenly in that linga was broken, another linga appeared there. And then Lord said, this is my form, believe in the Shastra. So I have to believe first. That is very important. And also it is very important to understand that my intellect is not the ultimate thing in the world. I say, no, I don't, it doesn't appeal to my intellect. Actually, your intellect is everything else. So I have to understand that humility, that humbleness has to be there where my intellect is not everything. It is not the greatest certification thing in the world. So I have to believe in that. Now, later here it is said, Etat Tava Manuswarupam. Then the same mantra is more elaborated upon. What is the Purva Rupa? What is the beginning of the mantra? Gakara Purva Rupam. Gakara. Then Akaro Madhyama Rupam. The is the middle portion. Then Anuswara cha Antya Rupam. Anuswara. Gam. If you write, if you go to some old books, they will write half ga, and half ma. Gum. No, like that they will write. So, gum. So, therefore, when you write it that way, then you understand. Acha, Gakara Purva Rupam, Akaro Madhyama Rupam, Anuswara Antya Rupam, and then Binduhu Uttara Rupam. Wo upar hai. Binduhu Uttara Rupam. So, gum. That is the gum. Then, Saisha Ganesha Vidya. This is the Ganesha Vidya. The word Vidya in Shastra is used for two things. First is knowledge and also Upasana. So, when I say knowledge, what is the knowledge? Knowledge that it is that Nirguna Parabrahma which through the Bija Mantra of Gam came as Ganesha. Same Nirguna Parabrahma. Through the Bija Mantra of Kam, he will come as Krishna. So, that same thing, in whichever form you try to derive, he will come to you in that form. Same electricity, if I put on the fan, it will give me cool air. If I put on the heater, it will give me hot water. So, electricity is the same. But through which channel do I invoke it, in that channel it will appear to me. So, same Nirguna Parabrahma, through whichever Bija Mantra I invoke, in that Bija Mantra's form, it will appear in front of me. So what is the Vidya? Saisha Ganesha Vidya. What is the Vidya? That this Nirguna Parabrahma, through the Gam Bija Mantra, is appearing in this Saguna form. Then again, Saisha Ganesha Vidya is Upasana. This is the Ganesha Upasana. this is the way I should do the Ganesha Upasana. How? By the Bija Mantra. So this is written in Satyuga or even before that. So that time the mere Bija Mantra, that time the Alambana required was very small. Because the minds were very pure, there was a lot of Vairagya and they could focus very immediately. So even a little gum is enough for them. For me, the entire puja of Ganapati is not enough to think of Ganesha all the time. You know, it is a Yuga Dharma. So even that gum is enough for them. So therefore here itself it is said, Saisha Ganesha Vidya, this is Ganesha Vidya, this is the Ganapati Upasana. अच्छा हो गया? नहीं आगे है. They have given the complete mantra, then they have given the form also. But if you are ready enough, this much is enough for your upasana. That is the Rishi is trying to tell us. Who is the Rishi? Ganaka Rishi. So as we have seen, it is not one Rishi, many Rishis have come together and then they said that yes, this is the form of Lord Ganesha. But someone has to take the responsibility or someone has to be, what to say? किसी को someone has to be said that okay, he is the person. You have to say that okay, he is the person who gave this. Or maybe it was Ganaka Rishi who took the lead, who went to the other Rishis and who asked that please you also do this meditation on the Bija Mantra of Gam and then you tell me what form do you see, is it the same? Maybe he is the one. So Ganaka Rishi. Then Nishrat Gayatri Chandaha. Chanda is the way of chanting. Chanda is translated as meter. What is a meter? Meter means how do you chant, in what way, in what tune, in what matras, where to take a pause, where to continue. All these things is the Chanda Shastra. It is a huge elaborate Shastra by itself. There are various chandas, Gayatri, Brihati, Anushtup, Trishtup. Our entire Bhagavad Gita is in Anushtup and Trishtup Chanda. You know. So the more shlokas are in the Anushtup Chanda, and whatever we see small, you know, suddenly a different tune comes in, that is the Trishtup Chanda. So Saisha Ganesha Vidya, Ganaka Rishi, Nishrut Gayatri Chanda. What is this Chanda? This is the Gayatri Chanda. All of us know Gayatri Mantra. What is that Gayatri Mantra? That mantra is the most important mantra in the Gayatri Chanda. Therefore it is called as Gayatri Mantra. Actually Gayatri is the name of a Chanda, Chandas. But that mantra being the most important, it is called as Gayatri Mantra by itself. Gayatri. Gayanat Trayate iti Gayatri. Gayanat. By reciting that, by saying that, Trayate, it saves you, it protects you. That is called Gayatri. So, Nijrat Gayatri Chanda. It is in the form of Gayatri. Every Devata has Gayatri. We will also see the next coming is Ganesha Gayatri. So, every Devata, there is Rama Gayatri, Krishna Gayatri, Ganesha Gayatri, Devi Gayatri. Every god has its own Gayatri mantra. Means what? Every god has one mantra which is in the Gayatri meter. That is the meaning. So this is Gayatri Chanda. Who is the Devata? To whom is this mantra? Who is the presiding deity of this mantra? So Ganapati Devata. Ganapati is the presiding deity. And what is the complete mantra? Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. This is what you can do the japa of. Now, Om Gam, as we said, this Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Then when we chant, why am I saying Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha? So our Sanskrit language is very well, told and very well organized. So, now if you know the Varnamala, it is Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Ng, Ganga. When you say Ganga, usually what we do is we put a dot on Ga. It is Ganga, Ng, that sound which you make. So Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Ng, Ta, Tha, Da, Dha, N, Cha, 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 Nya. So every group has at the end a nasal which is to be used with that group. So, because here, though it is gum, but after the anuswara, because ga is coming. Therefore, that anuswara will be chanted as the nasal of the ga group. So, ka, kha, ga, ga, ng. So, Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. See, we know this. That is how we chant. हम कंठ नहीं बोलते, कंठ बोलते, कंठ. Why? Because th is coming. So what is the nasal of th? T, th, d, th, d. So kantha, not kamtha. Bandha, you know, bandha, bandha. Why? Because ta, tha, da, tha, na. So bandha. So whatever is the later, L-A-T-E-R, letter, L-E-T-T-E-R. Whatever is the later letter, the nasal of that group will be chanted as the anuswar. So when we are chanting, though the bija is gum, when I am chanting it should be gang. Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. When you are chanting it separately gum, that is gum. But when you are saying the complete mantra, then it is Gang Ganapataye. Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. Okay. एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्. एकदन्ताय विद्महे. We know of that Ekadanta. Vidmahe, we know. What do we mean by we know? We know that he is that Nirguna which has come to Saguna through the Bija Gam. So we know of Ekadanta. Again, Ekadantaya Vidmahe. We know everything as Ekadanta. Or we strive to know everything as Ekadanta. Ekadantaya Vidmahe. Vakratundaya Dhimahi. How is he? He is Vakratunda. Vakratunda should not be said as crooked trunk. It is not crooked, it is bent. There is nothing crooked in the Lord. It is we who are crooked. So there is nothing crooked. So the trunk is bent. It is graciously bent at various parts. So we know of that. We meditate upon that Vakratunda. Tunda is face. So his face itself is so gracious. His face itself is bending at various, not like this. No, it is beautiful to see. We also bend our face in various ways, but that is not very nice. Even he bends, it is very gracious and beautiful. So Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dantit Prachodayat. Prachodayat, please illuminate, please enlighten us. Who? Tat, that supreme. Who has come as Danti. Danti Ekadanta again. Who has come as that, the one who has one tusk. So, O Lord, please enlighten, please illumine our intellects. Ekadantam chaturhastam Pashamankushadharinam Pradancha varadam Hastair bibhranam Mushakadvajam Raktam lambodaram Shurpakarnakam Raktavasasam Raktagandhanuliptangam Raktapushpai supujitam Bhaktanukampinam Devam Jagatkaranamachyutam Avirbhutancha Srishtadau Prakriti Purushat Param Evam Dhyayati Yo Nityam Sayogi Yoginam Varaha. Now, the form which we see is told. Ekadantam, he has one tusk. So, there are so many symbolisms of Ganesha. Why big ears, why the trunk, why small eyes, so many things. But a bhakta doesn't need all that. He says, my Lord is like that, full stop. Why do I need symbolism? I love him and I want to worship him in this way. When I look at my mother, do I ask her, अच्छा आज ये साड़ी क्यों पहना? आज ऐसा छोटी क्यों बनाया? Why? What is the symbolism behind this? No, I just love my mother as she is. So I just love my Bhagavan as he is. Yes, symbolism is good if it is helping me in my sadhana, and if it is coming to a great use, then symbolism is very good. But symbolism should not be the only thing. Sometimes I should just leave behind a symbolism and love the Lord as he is. Unconditional love, we say in Vedanta. Because he is there, so I will love him. No, this God has better symbolism, so let me worship him. No, that is not the meaning of Ishtadevata. Ishtadevata is your favorite Lord. Favorite Lord, I just like him because I like him, full stop. So, the symbolism, all of you know. If you don't know, please go and purchase Symbolism in Hinduism, a book by Chinmaya Mission. So please go and purchase. All the symbolisms are told in detail. Ekadantam, he has one tusk. Chaturhastam, 4 hands. Pasham, nose. Put the nose and he knows we will not go. He has to pull us. I remember Rama Bharadwaj. She is the dance director of Chinmaya Nadabindu, the musical school of Chinmaya Mission. She was once introducing about one program that we were having at Chinmaya Vibhuti, and Guruji was sitting there. And about this particular group, Guruji had not met these people. It was Ramaji who had spoken to them and she brought them, etc. And Guruji said, you just do it, I believe in you. And she was very happy, so she went, called these people. And from the stage, she is telling, Guruji, we are small children. Anytime we can leave your hand and go to the world because of its fascination. But you, please never leave us. It is only the mother who can say that, oh child, don't go. Because the child doesn't know, it will just go, acha, this is being very nice and fascinating, so I will go. It is only the mother who has to hold. Therefore, he knows that very well, so he is carrying that noose. I mean, just imagine a god carrying a noose, how weird it might look. But he knows it doesn't matter, I will look weird, but I will hold it for you. So, noose, Pasham. Pasham, there is a nice Marathi bhajan which our Acharya Chaitanya ji sings. In that he said Pasham is bandhana. But this Pasham is not bandhana. This Pasham is something which will take me out of the bandhana. So, usually Pasham is, that which ties me, that which holds me. But this is something which will release me from everything. This is that Pasham. Ankusha, G-O-A-D, goad, which they use for taming the elephants. The small, lean, thin Mahut will tame a huge elephant. Now, Ganesha is telling, see, I have an elephant face, but my Ankusha is in my hand. It is not in someone else's hand. No one else is controlling me. I control myself and I control the entire world. So he is holding the Ankusha. My Ankusha, in Marathi it is said, Zara Ankush lava, just control in some way. So Ankush lava is not control. So he is saying, I control myself. And I don't not only control myself, I am the controller of the entire thing. So Ankusha, controller. Pasham, Ankusha. Then Radham. Radham means tusk. Another, the one is there, another is broken. So that other tusk. Radham cha. Varadam. Varadam can also be Varadam, giving. Varadam, Varam, the Rati, iti Varadam. One who gives the Vara. Also, Varada can also mean Modaka. He has the Modaka in his hand. Budam Dadati iti Modakam. Modaka, see the very Modaka, when you put in the mouth, it is so nice. Wow. So even that gross small thing, modaka, mudam dadati, it gives happiness. The meaning of modaka is that which gives happiness. Mudam dadati. Therefore, in Jnaneshwari, Bhagwan Sri Jnaneshwar Maharaj, when he is speaking, when he at the very beginning, Mangala Charana, he is speaking about modaka. So he gives a beautiful symbolism of Lord Ganesha, and he says this modaka which is in his hand is the Vedanta Shastra. Modaka is rasapurna. It is filled with that is something which will give you joy. So he is, there is that in the picture which he describes, there is one khandan also, an axe also. So this axe is something with which he is doing the khandan of all the other darshanas, all the other wrong philosophies. And then this is modaka. What is modaka? It is Vedanta. So people who say Vedanta is dry and all, it is completely negative. No, it is rasapurna. So modaka. Then Raktam Hastair Vibhranam Mushaka Dhvajam. Mushaka Dhvajam, he has his dhvaja. See, in earlier days, when the king will go, there will be a dhvaja. Even today we have. If Modi ji passes, the car, the red light, everything is there. So when the king would pass, his chariot will have a huge rod to it and it will have a dhvaja. And each king's dhvaja chinna will be different. So looking at the dhvaja, you know who is coming. So the dhvaja chinna for Arjuna was Lord Hanumanji himself. He himself was on the dhvaja. So what is the dhvaja for Bhagwan? Mushaka. That simple, insignificant thing he is holding on the top of the flag. So he is telling, I am not taking anyone for granted. I am not being careless towards anyone. I take care of even the smallest of the things. So I am keeping it on the top. Mushakat Bhajam. Then Raktam. Raktam, red color. Therefore our books are red color. Raktam. Lambodaram. What belly? Nice big belly. When these people, the schools and all, they act as Ganeshas and all. One after the other, 4, 5 saris they will tie and keep tying and keep tying. That is one place where the pot belly is loved. That is the only place. So, Lambodaram. Shurpa Karanakam. Shurpa. Big ears. All of us, most of you would be knowing soup. Supda usko kehte hai. In Marathi it is called soup, in which the grains are, done that. That is Shurpa. So his ears are like Shurpa. Surpa Karnaka. In that thing, that Supda, what do? We give out what is unwanted and we take the essence. We take the important things. So when I am listening, may I listen so that I take the essence and leave what is unimportant. Bhadram Karnevi, we have already seen. Bhadram Karnevi Shruyama. So may I take the essence, the most important things. Shurpa Karnakam. Rakta Vasasam. He likes red clothes. Rakta Gandhanu Anuriktangam. He is smeared with the, like how his father is smeared with the ashes. Shivji. He is smeared with red color. Rakta Pushpaihi Supujitam. We know that he loves the hibiscus flower. So Rakta Gandhaihi Supujitam. Bhakta Anukampinam Devam. He loves his devotees. He loves them. Bhakta Anukampinam. Anukampa. No, compassion. Not Bhakta Priyam. He loves, no, not Priyam. Anukampa. The word Anukampa itself gives a vibration in the heart. So Anukampinam, he is, before you ask, he will give you that. Before you ask for it, he will say, Dilu. Anukampinam, like a mother. So even if you don't ask, he will give you. Even if you don't deserve, he will give you. That is Bhakta Anukampinam Devam. Jagat Karanam. He is the Jagat Karana. We have seen this in detail. Avirbhutam ja Srishti Adau. Srishti Adau. He has come before the Srishti. Therefore, he is the Jagat Karanam. Otherwise, if I am not Jagat Karanam, why? Because I didn't come before the Srishti. I come in the Srishti. Because he came before the Srishti, therefore he is Jagat Karanam. And then how is he? Prakritehe Purushat Param. Prakriti is his power. When I say Purusha, this Purusha is again a term used with respect to Prakriti. I say Purusha as Nirguna Sarupa, but when I say Purusha, it means, okay, when I say Purusha, it means it is different from Prakriti. Therefore Purusha. Otherwise Purusha, therefore, I know, Darshini Ji will be telling us that one is Purusha in the last few verses of 15th chapter it will come. It will say, Uttamas Purushas to Anyaha. It is still greater. Uttama Purusha is still ahead. So, Prakriti and Purusha are both his manifestations alone. He is still higher. Because when Purusha is Nirguna hai, Nirakar hai, all these things. And he is still higher than that. So, Prakritehe Purusha Param. Param, higher, greater, untouched, beyond, Atitaha. Evam dhyayati yo nityam sa yogi yogina varaha. That yogi, that person who meditates upon this, who meditates like this, nityam, always, he is the best amongst all the yogis. Evam, how does this evam go? This evam starts from Om Namaste Ganapataye. Not only Ekadantam Chaturhastam. Knowing that he is Nirguna, knowing that he has become Saguna through the Bija mantra, like this, with this complete understanding, this evam comes from the beginning to the end. When I say evam, I have to remember all those things. One who meditates like this is the best amongst all the yogis. Then, Namo Vratapataye. Okay, there is one word here, Achyutam. Jagat Karanam Achyutam. Usually, this word Achyuta is used for Lord Krishna, as we know, Achyutam, Govindam. Chuti, Chuta, Chuti means to fall. If I put this like this, Chutam, Pleta Chutam. So, Chuti is to fall. Achyutam, one who does not fall, one who never falls from his true nature, from his immaculate nature. That is Achyutam. So, any god, when he is worshipped as a supreme being, can be called as Achyutam. So, he is also Achyutam. Jagat, why is this? Look at the placing of the words. Jagat Karanam, yet Achyutam. He is Jagat Karanam, he is creating so many universes, yet he is Achyutam. So, why this is indicated? Because I also make few creations, I also do some things, but I get entangled in that. As we have seen, I cannot destroy it immediately. I don't have that much of vairagya. So he creates, he destroys, he sustains everything he does, but he does not fall from his true nature. He does not get identified with the upadhis that Acha, I am the creator, I am the destroyer. No, he doesn't feel anything like that. So this gives us who is the yogi, who is the best yogi? One who remembers all these things and one who meditates in this form. So that completes. There is one more Anuvaka which we will see tomorrow, and then tomorrow we will also see the Phalashruti. What is the result of doing this? Actually, you need the result. You need to know what is the result. But what is there? Initially when I used to listen about this Phalashruti, I am telling you, I never believed it. I used to think this Phalashruti is told because people who are lazy, at least looking at the Phalashruti, they will do something. But it is not like that. If they are saying that Phalashruti, if you do this, then this will happen, it will happen. There are very interesting things about this Phalashruti which we will see tomorrow. Now, a very important thing. This knowledge has come to me from Guru Parampara, as we have seen on the very first day also. And Guru Parampara is to keep it continue, to keep the flow of the knowledge continue, is everyone's responsibility. Basically, I am speaking about this Guru Dakshina envelopes, which all of you will get while leaving. So one way is that please help this great cause, please help this great thing which is happening. That is one way of saying, but please understand, it is your responsibility. Grihastha ashram is called the Jyeshta ashram. Even Sannyasa ashram is not called Jyeshta ashram. It is Grihastha ashram. Sorry. So therefore, it is our responsibility. One is our responsibility. Second is our gratitude, our debt that we have to pay to all these rishis. So when I am putting something in this and when I am giving, it is not just for Chinmay Mauli. Because Chinmay Mauli is doing that work which all the rishis have done together, which the Guru Parampara has been doing. That it is going to the entire Guru Parampara. When you are putting something in this, you are also giving it to Vyasji. You are helping Vyasji do his work of Veda. You are helping Bhagwan Shankaracharya to do the work of Hindu Dharma. You are helping Gurudev, and this is something very important. It is not that you just put something in it and kuch Guru Dakshina de diya. Charity, as we just saw, it is understanding someone else's needs as my own. That is charity in the outer world. This is charity where I understand it is for me. It is there is difference between dana and dakshina. Dana is that which is given to deena. Dana is that किसी को जरूरत है इसलिए मैंने दिया है दान. Dakshina is that which is given with reverence, with great respect. Dakshina. So therefore it is called Guru Dakshina. So Guru Dakshina, we are giving it to the entire Guru Parampara. So, and we need Guru Dakshina not only in form of monetary help, but please come ahead. Tomorrow we will be also telling you about the various activities that go on, various classes that go on. Please come forward. It is our responsibility. We all have to come together and do it. I don't want to say that please come and help us. I don't want to separate you and me. No, we are together. It is our responsibility. None of the gurus have said that you do this and we will do this. No. Bhagwan Shankaracharya went to every house as his own house. Then why should we segregate amongst ourselves? No, let us come together and do this. So, when we are leaving today, Namrata will give you these envelopes. Please collect them. Tomorrow when you come back, all those who are new, please write down all the details, your name, your email, mobile number, address. And please let us know if you would like to join our Bal Vihar, Yuva Kendra, whatever you would like to join. You are most welcome and you are required also. Please come ahead. We conclude and tomorrow we meet for the Phalashruti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.